The Jos Verstappen pit fire accident at the 1994 German Grand Prix was watched live by millions around the world, and it remains one of the most dramatic moments in Formula One history.
Benetton announced that JJ Leto will partner Michael Schumacher and also sign young Dutchman Jos Verstappen. The new Benetton is the first of the big four to be out testing.
That testing, however, went disastrous for JJ Leto.
Leto crashes at Silverstone in his first test since signing for Benetton. He's removed unconscious to Northampton Hospital with fractured vertebrae in his neck.
Michael Schumacher is in scintillating form in Spain and is joined by new boy Jos Verstappen.
No, I did only 2 years of motor racing, and then now I jumped into the Formula One as a test driver. It is all going very fast for me, but I can handle it, sure.
The young and inexperienced Jos Verstappen would be making his debut in Formula One much earlier than expected. Immediately he felt the pressure of being the teammate of rising star Michael Schumacher. This led to many mistakes and no point results for Jos Verstappen in the first half of the season.
Lap 34, Verstappen and Irvine are trying to lap Bernard, and all are bearing down on a slowing Brundle. Amazingly, no one is seriously injured. Lap 53, Verstappen in the second Benetton makes his final stop and promptly spins in front of Frentzen at the first corner.
And then came Hockenheim. If you think the season so far was already bad, it would go even worse. In Saturday qualifying, Jos Verstappen was borrowing Michael Schumacher's car and promptly put it into the gravel trap.
Wir gehen ja quasi in die zweite Saisonhälfte, wenn Sie so wollen. Und alle sahen Michael Schumacher ja schon als Weltmeister. Und da ist Verstappen jetzt im Kiesbett.
No surprise, Jos Verstappen would start the race at the back end of the grid.
As Berger and Alesi get cleanly away at the front, there's mayhem in the middle of the pack and further confusion at the first corner. Zanardi is out, Herbert, Irvine and Barrichello are out, Martinez out, Alboreto, Blundell is out, De Cesaris and Frentzen are out, Hakkinen's out, 10 cars are out by the first corner.
Thanks to this massive starting crash, Jos Verstappen was driving around in a points position until he made his famous pit stop.
And in comes Verstappen there. Verstappen coming into the pits, again the right thing for him to do because he was being held up by the Ligier. The Ligier with its Renault engine is very quick indeed down the straights, about 10 miles an hour faster than Verstappen in fact.
Lap 15, Jos Verstappen makes his first scheduled pit stop and things go dramatically wrong. Somehow, unbelievably, no one is critically injured. The young Dutchman freeing himself from the car.
Another view of the Benetton pit fire at Hockenheim, this time from the rear three-quarter, and it's plain to see how close things came to becoming a major accident had not the fire extinguisher carrying mechanics acted so quickly. Jos Verstappen appears remarkably calm after the event.
And then we go to, what is it, Hockenheim. There was the fire covered in flames.
Yeah,
how scary was that?
Spun off from Michael's car on Friday qualifying.
So, in Michael's car, did you say?
Yeah, because mine broke. Michael went out in his car and I went on the Friday, spun off in qualifying. So that was not a good weekend for me.
But what are your memories of the fire? How scary was it?
Of course, I remember, coming in and then you see the fluid. Of course, it is fuel, but at that time you think, you don't know what to expect. I always opened the visor because I needed the fresh air. And then the fire went all dark and you can't breathe when you're in the middle of it. And so I was looking for the steering wheel to get off. I think in 6 seconds was they put out the fire and I was standing up in the car at that time. But the best place where it can happen was in the pit lane, of course, with all the fire extinguishers and people
Did you
around.
feel any anger towards the team?
No, I didn't. I didn't mind, to be honest. We are racing, it's dangerous. It was fine to me.
And how much damage to your skin? I mean, burns and...
I had little burns on my nose, under my eyes, under my eyebrows.
Where you'd had
that was
the
all,
visor open. Damn it.
Because, I had the visor open and I think a little bit of I think it's the heat what burned a little bit.
But that was it. Hands
That
were
was it.
okay.
Yeah, all fine.
After the race, the Benetton team came under suspicion of manipulating the fuel system in order to allow faster refueling, but eventually they got acquitted.
More controversy surrounds the Benetton team following the Verstappen pit fire at Hockenheim. The team is summoned to appear before the World Motorsport Council on October 19th to explain why a fuel filter was removed from the refueling rig. If found guilty, it's in the power of the council to exclude Benetton from the championship. At a meeting of the FIA World Motorsport Council in Paris, Benetton's fuel rig tampering charge is brought forward and McLaren is in the dock over the use of a fully automatic upcharge device. Both were acquitted.
Jos Verstappen was very lucky to escape the pit fire without serious injuries. Only 2 weeks later, he got his high point of the season, finishing on the podium at the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Lap 26, Verstappen makes his first pit stop since Hockenheim.
No problems with the first pit stop. Just like I had the valve was closed, and yeah, we did a normal pit stop. I would say it worked very well.
In Hungary, all the teams have new safety clothing and headgear as an extra precaution during refueling stops. With the race in the back, Hill being a long way back in second and Brundle third, Schumacher slows to allow Verstappen to unlap himself and have a chance to snatch third from Brundle. Schumacher's tally is now 7 victories from 10 starts in '94. Hill takes his 4th second place of the year, and it's Jos Verstappen who takes third. He explains how.
I was in the fourth position, and then the last lap I could see Brundle, and he slowed really down. So then on halfway the lap I passed him, and I must say I was really happy. And I really need to thank Michael that he let pass me, and then we could make another lap.
Well guys, thank you for watching this short video. I will be making more of these upcoming months. Please like or subscribe or make a nice comment.